there, friends. Welcome to part 1 of our Happy Hip series. We're going to do these Happy Hip videos in 3 parts. So the first part is just going to be our seated and tabletop portion. So welcome. So when we work on hips, we're really working out a lot of stress and tension. So as you take these movements, know that they are de-stressors, but also know that sometimes as we work the hips, some emotions come up. So allow yourself to feel and allow yourself to move in a way that feels comfortable for you. So we're going to start today just in a nice easy seat, just starting to acknowledge our breath. So sit up nice and tall, maybe take a little wiggle. Allow the hands to start to rest, maybe palms down in the lap today. We want to feel a bit more grounded here. And then as the eyes start to close, let's just start with 3 shoulder rotations. So take a nice big breath in, send the shoulders up towards the ears. And as you breathe out, roll the shoulders back down and around. Take a breath in through the nose, shoulders loop up. Exhale out the mouth, down and around. Final one here, inhale. Exhale down and around. Keep your heart space lifted. Keep the shoulders down and away. Just start to acknowledge your breath. Stay nice and rooted through the thighs and through the sits bone. And start to take any tension out of your hips. It's easy to already start to pull up into the hips, so allow the hips to relax. And allow the breath to just flow naturally. And a little gentleness of the face, relaxing your jaw, breathing in. Breathing out. And let the breath begin to deepen. Taking full, nourishing inhale, sending oxygen through the body. And allowing yourself to breathe out. Let the breath be long. Exhaling anything stale, already relieving yourself of stress. We'll start to feel a physical connection to our breath. One hand to the belly, one hand to the center of the chest. Allow the breath to fill the hands from the belly all the way up through the rib cage and to the top of the chest. And then it just dances back on out from the chest, rib cage, and belly. Acknowledging a few cycles of breath just like this. Sliding bottom hand up to meet the top hand. We'll take the hands together, Anjali Mudra, finding this seal, this connection. And while you're here, I just want you to take a moment to thank your body, a moment to thank your breath, and a moment to thank your mind. Nice full breath in, sigh it out. Releasing the hands back down into the lap. Eyes could stay closed or you could start to flutter them on open. We're going to start to get right into these hip movements. So let's just start by extending our legs out long into a stacked pose. Maybe walking the hips on back, even if you have the knees slightly bent. And we'll just bring movement into the ankles to start, because this might be the first time you're extending your legs. So just start to point and flex your toes. Wonderful. Make some circles with the ankles just for a moment. See if you could sit up a little bit taller. Circles go the other way, whatever that looks like for you. And we'll come back to straight, strong legs. We're going to post our left hand on down. We're going to come right into stirring the pot. So making circles with the hip. We're going to bring the right knee in towards the chest. Grab a hold of the outside of your right foot with your right hand. We're just going to start to make some nice big circular motions with the leg and the hip. You're going to try your best to maintain that good posture. You might really pull that knee back as you circle around. Make sure the breath is still here. Quality breathing sends relaxation through the body. Nice big rotation. Start to take them the other direction. We're going to take it right into what we call baby cradle. So you're going to take that foot towards the chest. You're going to grab a hold to start of the foot with the left hand, and then grab a hold of the outside of your right knee. You're going to posture on up, and you might just stay here. If you're feeling a little bit more flexible today through right hip, you might wrap elbow crease to the knee and the elbow crease to the foot. Again, we don't want to lose that posture. So sit up tall, hug it in close, whichever version you're at. And we'll start to rock the leg from side to side. Take tension out of the face. Feel whatever's coming up in the hips. And we'll come right into a static hold. So you're going to bring that leg back towards the center of the chest. You're going to hug it in as close as you can towards the torso. And you're going to pause. And then maybe adding a little neck stretch in here, you might just start to gaze over that right shoulder. Beautiful. Bring that head back to center. And we're going to start to release. We're going to release today by bringing the right bottom of the foot into the inner left thigh. That left leg is going to stay strong out in front, and that right thigh is going to begin to feel heavy. You're going to dig into that left heel. We're going to breathe the arms up overhead. As you breathe out, start to hinge it on forward, forward, fold. Letting the hands rest wherever feels right. Feeling sensation up and down the leg. Right thigh remains heavy. One more cycle of breath so you can go a little further. And then let your inhale roll you all the way up, back to that tall posture. Our left hand is going to come across the body, pressing that right thigh down, pressing the hip open. Breathe right fingertips up overhead. Roll it on back. Start to turn the upper body, coming into our twist, posting the right hand down. You can gaze a little further over right shoulder. One more breath. And then coming back to center. Starting to extend that right leg nice and long. Shake it out. We're going to play around on the other side. Integrity through the legs. Sit up tall. Right hand post on down. Bending left knee and grabbing outside aspect of left foot. And we begin to stir the pot. And do your best to pull that knee back and open. Quality breath comes back in. And then the circles start to go the other way. Acknowledging that this side might feel a little different through the hip. We're going to circle it around right into our baby cradle, maybe just holding outside of foot and knee, or coming into elbow crease to foot, elbow crease to knee. Posture yourself back up, bring that chest towards the leg, and then start to find that little rock, find that gentle movement. Make sure you're flexing through both feet. Happy toes, happy hips, happy toes. Then we'll find a moment of stillness at center. See if you could sit up a little taller. You'll start to feel the outside of the hip awaken. And then gazing over that left shoulder, see how that feels. And coming back to center with the gaze, releasing the left sole of the foot to the inside of the right thigh. Right leg extends in front. Sit up tall, breathe in, lift out of your hips, anchor through the legs, exhale, forward fold. one more breath. See if it takes you a little further. And inhale, rise yourself on up, lengthen up. Right hand comes across, posting left thigh down. Breathe up through left fingertips. Roll it on back as you breathe out, coming into your twist, lifting over left shoulder. One more breath. See if it takes you a little further. Press that left thigh down. And then inhale, unwind back to center. We're going to plant both feet down onto our mat. Posting the hands down for support, heart space lifts. We'll just drop the knees from side to side. This should feel really nice in your lower back. We're going to take a quick mermaid pose and mermaid flow before we move along. So next time your knees are drifting to the right, let's let them anchor down to the right. You're going to send that left leg back, keeping the bend. Right sole of the foot towards the top of the left thigh. Now, if you need a little bit more support for your sits bones, you can always wedge a block or a blanket under the left hip and sits bone. Sit up nice and tall in your mermaid stance. We'll breathe the arms all the way up overhead. And then as you exhale, your right hand's going to drift down to the ground. You're going to extend through those left fingertips, coming into your side body stretch. And we'll linger here for a moment. Maybe coming down to the right forearm if that feels okay. Taking it a little bit deeper. Biceps extended towards the ear. Then we're going to breathe all the way up. Engage your core. Rise on up. As you exhale, take a twist now over towards the left. Hands just reach towards the left. Heart space drifts to the left. Gaze over left shoulder. Inhale, unwind through center. We take a big twist now over to the right. So the hands land to the right. You start to walk the hands back in a comfortable way, gazing over that right shoulder. Try to look back for that back left foot. You could stay here if it feels better for you or brings a deeper sensation. You might come down onto one or both forearms. 2 cycles of breath. And gently start to walk it back to center. And as you walk it back to center, we'll bring the knees back on up. Little rock, gentle rock, side to side. And we'll visit this on the other side. So knees drift to the left. Grab a hold of the right ankle, guide that leg back, active back foot. Bring the sole of the foot to the top of the thigh. Sit up tall. Notice the sensation might be different. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhaling, left hand comes down, extending right fingertips, side body stretch. This might be the perfect place to stay for you, or come a little further by drifting to the forearm. Engage the core. Inhale, rise up through center. Exhaling, twisting to your right, gazing to your right. Inhale, unwind. Taking our big twist now over to the left. Hands start to walk to the left. Notice how this side feels. I know this is a little bit of my tighter side, especially through my spine. Pause here. And if you'd like to come down onto one or both forearms, feel free. 2 more breaths. And start to walk it back to center. And as you walk it to center, the feet post back down onto the ground. Rocking the knees side to side. And then we're going to make our way into tabletop. We're almost there, friends. Coming onto the hands and the knees. Getting comfortable when you get to the hands and knees. So comfortable spread through the fingers so that you can really ground through finger pads and through the palms. Hips over knees, shoulders over wrists. Little space between those knees, and we're just going to start to make some nice hip circles. So let your hips jut out to the right. Circle the hips on back, all the way to the left. Come as far forward as feels good. And just continue with these nice circles here. Relaxing through the face, finding that quality breath. Thanking your hips as you take these movements. And circles start to go the other way when it feels right for you. And circling it around one more time. And we'll make our way back to tabletop. Sometimes the knees drift, so we'll take them back under the hips. Grounding through the hands. And then we're going to lift and extend that right leg all the way back. So nice extension out the heel. We're going to take a bend in the knee. And we're going to start to make some nice big, what I would call fire hydrant circles. So you're just going to circle the knee towards the arms. Open out to the side. Draw it back and back into the chest. Nice big circle. Stay strong through your arms. Strong through your back. We'll start to take our circles the other way. And then we're going to extend that leg all the way back once again. Heel in line with the hip. We're going to take a breath in. As you breathe out, draw that right knee out to the side towards the right arm. Inhale, send it back long. Exhale, draw it in. Engage even your core here, stable. Last one, inhale back. Exhale, draw it up and in, hold. Holding for 3, 2, and 1. Send it on back. And then draw the knee back underneath the hip, rocking side to side. We're going to take it on the other side, and then we can rest. So we're going to breathe left leg all the way back, not rushing our movement, lifting the leg up, hips tight. Take a bend in the knee, big circles. Back to what I would call fire hydrant circle. Gazing towards the top edge of your mat, keeping the spine and the neck long. Circles go the other way. And then extend that left leg on back. Take that breath in. Exhale, left knee towards the left arm. Open out to the side. 2 more in. And out, draw it in. Last one, in, send it back. Exhale, knee in towards the arm. Hold it here, strong arm. Engage the core for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, send it back. Left knee under the hip, rock it side to side. And then we'll take the knees out wide, big toes towards one another. And we'll press it back, wide leg child's pose. Ending our part 1 of our happy hip. Here in child's pose for as long as feels good for you. Maybe giving yourself 3 to 5 minutes here. We'll end by taking a strong breath in and sighing it out the mouth. One more breathe in. And let it go. Letting the quality of deep breath come back in, nourishing the body. Letting go of any stress, feeling any emotion. And again, you stay here for maybe 3 to 5 minutes. Once we get part 2 up, you can log right into part 2. If not, thank you so much, my friends, for joining me for part 1 of Happy Hips. Please make sure you subscribe to our channel, you like this video, and leave us some feedback. Sending you love and light. Namaste.